Okay, my name is David, and I'm back here with Deep Diving Songs. Today's song is a little bit of a shorter one. I don't know what I'm saying today's song. Because I took such a long, break, hiatus type thing. I think I'm recording 6, 7, 8-ish today. 6, 7. Anyways. So, today's first song is Cool About It by Boy Genius. This is actually a single released for the album. It's the latest single. And she has a TikTok trend going on about it, which is it's not a good trend. And Boy Genius is a band with multiple lesbians, LGBTQ people. There's Julian Baker, Lucy Dacus, and Phoebe Bridgers in it. I love Phoebe Bridgers. So, we're going to go word for word, bar for bar, start from the top. Yeah, and the whole point of these is if you resonate with these lyrics, you'll listen to them later, you'll listen to songs later, maybe add them to your playlist. But okay, so this is Cool About It, and as always, we start from the very top and work our way down. So this song does not have a chorus or a bridge technically, because So because there's 3 people singing, they all do 2 verses in a row, back to back. But I'll let y'all know as you go. So the song opens up with Julian Baker singing, "Met you at the dive bar to go shoot some pool." That's really simple. It's world building. So she's saying she met this girl at the dive bar, so they were shooting pool. That's lesbian activity. And they were making fun of the cowboy with the neck tattoos. So they were laughing, having fun, talking, making fun of some guy. So that means Julian and this one girl had a really good connection, basically. And then Julian was asking her easy questions about work and school. And this is left up to interpretation. The way I see this line is Julian was trying to learn more about her life, but the girl was being vague or lying, that kind of stuff. And Julian then sings, this is her next verse, "I'm trying to be cool about it, feeling like an absolute fool about it." So Julian's trying to act cool, nonchalant about, this girl isn't telling me the full story, or she's lying to me, but I'm just gonna be cool about it. I don't need to, be crazy. Maybe I'm overthinking this, I'm being a fool. But then she says, "Wishing you were kind enough to be cruel about it." So, Julian just wishes she would stop being vague and just tell the truth. Just punch her in the gut. Get it over with. But this girl won't. Telling myself I can always do without it, knowing that it probably isn't true. So Julian's saying, yeah, I can move past all of this. I can just move on. I don't need to know all of this. But I do. That's not true. I do. I do need to know. And then that's the end of Julian's part in the song. Then it goes on to Lucy Dacus' part. Hold up. So there's this instrumental before it pops up. Okay. So Lucy opens up her verse by saying, "I came prepared for absolution, if you'd only ask." So basically what this is saying is, Absolution is also a movie, but I don't think she's talking about the movie, because the movie came out after this song came out. But the Merriam-Webster dictionary, it says absolution means the act of forgiving someone for having done something wrong or sinful. So Lucy's saying she went to go meet this other girl, and she was prepared to forgive her for everything. if she asked. But the girl said, no regrets. I don't have remorse for what I did to you. I don't care. I don't need your forgiveness. And then the next sentence is Lucy sings, I remember it's impossible to pass your test. Basically what's that saying is nobody's ever going to be good enough for this girl. Not even me. No matter how hard I tried. It's impossible to pass that test. I'm never going to be good enough to be your friend. And then Lucy's next verse starts with, but I'm trying to forget about it. Forget about this girl, move on. Or maybe, like, keep talking to this girl because you actually kind of like her. But move on from all this vagueness, like, all this lying. Lucy then says, I'm feeling like I'm breaking a sweat about it. Like I'm caring too much about this girl that just won't give me anything. Or she's being too vague, like, or she's being dishonest. Wishing you would kindly get out of my head about it. Like wishing this girl would just, like, either just come forwards or get out of Lucy's life forever. And then Lucy then continues saying, telling myself, one day I'll forget about it, knowing that probably isn't true. So, one of these, like, repetition things, all of these verses are ending with knowing that it probably isn't true. That they aren't going to forget about this girl. They aren't just going to be able to move on. She's engraved in their brains. And it's kind of making them not be able to trust other people. They're not able to move on. Then, this is Phoebe Bridgers' verse next. Phoebe Bridgers' verse has gone very, very viral, to the point that they released the song as a single. And you'll know it once I start. So she starts with, once I took your medication to know what it's like. So she was close enough with this girl to, like, sneak a pill. I'm assuming these pills are antidepressants, but I don't know. It could be, like, something else. I don't really know pill names like that, but that's what I interpreted it as. And then she says, and now I have to act like I can't read your mind. So now, Phoebe and this girl, every time they hang out, and this girl's acting weird, or different, or isn't telling the truth, Phoebe knows why. But she's not coming up and saying, hey, I know that you're lying. And I feel this way too about, like, a lot of my friends. Like, I just know they're lying. And I can sniff it on them. But I didn't take their medication once to know what it's like, but that's irrelevant. And then Phoebe says, I asked you how you're doing, and I let you lie. So, like, if you're, like, asking somebody, hey, how you been? How's your day been? And you know that they're not in a good headspace, but you don't bring it up, that's what Phoebe's talking about right here. Like, she asked this girl, hey, how you been? And she just let her lie and say, I'm doing fine. But we don't have to talk about it. This is the beginning of her next verse, where she's like, we don't have to talk about it, though. I'll never bring it up. Don't worry. I can walk you home and practice method acting. Let's look up method acting, guys. I know what method acting is, but I want to give you an accurate definition. Method acting is an acting technique where performers strive for realism by drawing on their own personal experiences and emotions to deeply connect with the embody of their character. So what she's saying here is she's pretending to bond with this girl. She's walking her home and practicing, like, hanging out with her, like, being with her. But then she says, I'll pretend being with you doesn't feel like drowning. And, like, drowning in sorrows. Like, being with you doesn't make me sad. Or, like, you ignore my emotions. That's basically what Phoebe's saying here. That this girl, like, makes her feel like she's drowning in sorrow. Like, okay, this next part. So, Phoebe says she's practicing method acting. So she's bonding with this girl, pretending to at least. And then this next one, she says, I'll pretend being with you doesn't feel like drowning. That I'm not like drowning in my sorrows and my emotions by being with you because you're making me overthink. So normal. And then it starts with telling you it's nice to see how good you're doing. Like, how you been, man? You're great. Oh, but Phoebe said earlier Phoebe knows that this girl is lying about how she's actually feeling and how she's doing. So like that's like building on to the rest of the story. And then it ends with that normal line. Normally it says like all the verses have ended with knowing that probably isn't true. This one ends with even though we know it isn't true. So Phoebe and this girl have realized that they are meant for each other. And that's what all these people and their experiences have led up to. They're not meant for each other. And they're holding each other down. And they're drowning in their emotions and sorrows. And they really need development. This song's really like emotional if you have like really like sad and depressing friends or you've gone through it in like a relationship with somebody. So I do highly recommend this song. Also, stay tuned. I have more songs pumping out today. So I'm going to be doing more of these. But I do take recommendations still. So feel free to recommend me any song, any genre. I will listen to it multiple times to be able to like give you the best rundown of it and recommend it to other people. Thank you. Have a good one.